Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so thrilled that you are here. It has been such a busy summer so far, and it is going to continue that way, I'm sure, for all of you as well as for us here in Brooklyn. So for today's video, I just have actually a very brief exercise I ended up doing several times over the course of the week, and so I just was having so much fun with it that I thought I could share it here. Basically, I had done a workshop, just a 2-hour session with London Drawing Group this past week, and I was really inspired. I'm actually going to walk through everything that I created during that class as well as where I took it afterwards, which is where I'm suggesting that you all take off from to just lay down some color in your art journals and think a little bit about how colors relate to each other. So I will walk you through my work, and then I will give you a brief exercise along with a writing prompt at the end if you stick with it. And I hope you find time to do this. I find it so satisfying. So I hope you're doing great. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Please do like and subscribe if you find anything of value in this video. My name is Amanda Close, and I am an artist living and working in Brooklyn and in the Hudson Valley. I have kept a journal since I was 12. I started making art in those journals about a decade ago. It's been a really incredible positive force in my life in terms of almost like a form of meditation, a community, a thing I do together with my sister. So many positive things have resulted from doing these art journal spreads and sharing them on the internet. If you have never done anything in an art journal before, this is part of a series, so you are welcome to check out that list. I have a list that's something called, I think it's Art Journal 101 or Start Your Art Journal Today. I will link to it here, and if you've never done anything before, that has all the materials and everything you might need. So please check that out. Hey, so I thought I would walk through some of the things that I did manage to create this week. I did a session with London Drawing Group on color with Josh, who is fantastic, and I always love his stuff. He talked a lot about Milton Avery. That was actually who we were studying, but he just called out this one example from Joseph Albers that I was really taken with. If you have not checked out Joseph Albers, I definitely recommend doing everything you can to understand what he had done. He was known for his depictions of squares within squares, and this is actually, I had not seen something from him that wasn't just a square within a square. This is like a kind of a loose interpretation of one of his pieces that really is all about that color placement. Looking at colors when they're surrounded by other colors, they take on slightly different looks. So this I did during the class. This was a Milton Avery that we studied and made a master copy of. And then after class, I was having so much fun that I decided to give it a try on my own. And I wasn't copying anything in particular, but I was using what I believe to be sort of a similar approach where I was picking a limited number of colors and then placing them in different places to see if I could highlight the different attributes of the colors, depending on what colors were sitting beside them. So I did that one, and then I did this one, which was a fun one, just playing with different shapes and forms. These are the notes from class. These are, again, different Milton Avery things that we were studying. And then I was able to put together this one, which I'm actually quite pleased with. I think that one was really cool. And that inspired me to keep going. This, I think, is less successful. I don't know if it's the color choices, but definitely fun to do. And then I started going on some patterns. So just to walk through, I decided to take it out of the journal just to see what would happen. And I know this looks nothing like the others, but I was thinking about the different color relationships and how I could take some of what I learned and create a standalone piece. This is very much inspired by that same style, and I actually like the way this turned out. It's just a freestanding piece. Again, I was working in gouache, really happy with that one. This is another sort of hand-drawn pattern. I'm liking the contrasts and the way that this has turned out as well. And I believe this is my final one. I was not quite as excited about this one. I don't know if maybe it's something about the circles versus the sort of trapezoidal forms, but you do get the sense like that is the same color as that, even though they don't actually look it. It's because of this being surrounded by the darker blue and this being surrounded by that sort of salmon color. So in terms of exploring that effect that Joseph Albers really highlighted, this one is actually very successful from that perspective. So that was fun. So there you have it. Some of my work. So here's what I want you to do in your journals. I want you to pick your medium. It can be watercolor, it could be markers, it could be colored pencil. I used gouache. I like the matte finish. I like the way it lays down color, but you are welcome to choose whatever medium you. I think you should then pick 3 base colors, ideally with some variation in terms of value. That means if you pick a really vivid red, which is very intense, maybe pick a less vivid yellow or a more muted secondary color that has a little bit of a contrast, both in terms of color or hue, but also in terms of value. So pick 3 base colors that you like and that make you happy. Then if you can make 2 to 3 shapes of varying sizes with one of those colors. From there, make slight adjustments to your colors and go back and shift the values to lighter or darker and continue to make shapes that either take in the shapes that you first laid down or abut against the side of them, and have those colors sit side by side. And I'd like you to then repeat that exercise until you have either filled the page entirely or you have filled it within a frame of your own imagining. It's a really simple exercise, but I feel like it's one that allows you to understand the relationships between colors and also for you to uncover what are those color combinations that you really enjoy. So give it a try. Let's see where you land, and I hope you have fun doing it. To close out today's exercise, I wanted to leave everybody with a writing prompt. And so if you have done this exercise already, or if you're about to do it, as you finish up, I'd like you to take some time to just note a couple of things. The first thing is, what are the shapes that you were most drawn to? So meditate on that for a minute, write some sentences, some words down in your journal. What was the shape that spoke to you? Was it triangles? Was it squares? Was it circles? Is it more organic? Is it more flowing? Is it line? What are the things that you're drawn to create? And paired with that, what are the color combinations? What are the colors that really spoke to you in this exercise, and how hard or easy was it to accomplish what you had in your mind versus what you translated onto the page? Take some time to do that. It's just a great way to record and to start to build up what your style is, what you really feel represents what you are aiming to accomplish. And by taking those notes, you're going to find yourself in an iterative process, just growing as you go. I often like to also write down the materials I use, so you might want to be very specific about even the brand of paint, as well as the colors you were using, and pull all of that together in a really lovely spread. So thanks again for watching today. I hope everyone has a wonderful couple of weeks. I have jury duty next week, so I most likely won't be back for a couple of weeks, but keep on making amazing art. I can't wait to see it. And as always, please comment below if there's anything that is unclear or if you want me to focus on something specific in the next video. Thanks, everybody. Take care.